talking about Final Shape. Final Shape
yes.
was just such success, which is why this is all just like crazy, almost whiplash. The fact that we can have such a good expansion and then just go just straight into just yanked back by this. I mean, Final Shape critically, like what Metacritic and OpenCritic, like some of the highest scores ever by critics, by general fans, by casual fans. It's just been unanimously a huge success. I mean, where would you rank it as far as all Destiny expansions? I guess obviously the bar would be in the olden days Taken King, but more recently Forsaken and Witch Queen. Those are all seen as the greats of Destiny. But where would you personally rank Final Shape among those?
Unquestionably, it's number one. I mean, this is the thing that you've got to remember is it's easier to sit there and say that for me because I'm coming at this from the perspective of someone who has actually been there for the 10-year journey. But the emotion and the actual feeling within the Final Shape, the core heart of it, was actually so tangible and so real. And it felt like it was the kind of Destiny that I've wanted to play for years. I mean, you had the thing of Cade being brought back, which could have been an enormous risk because they could have done a terrible job with it. But it was probably one of the best ways to bring back a former hero and to sort of momentarily cheat death that I've seen in video games.
Yeah,
you know,
very well done.
They paid it. They paid it with respect. They didn't make it cheap. They didn't ignore everything that had happened before. They put it in the right context, and that's just one aspect of it, right? But for that risk that they took, which they managed well, they got the amazing payoff of that one scene when everyone is reunited and wordlessly, you know, you just have Zavala walking up to Cade and saying, I don't know if this is really you, and then just falling into an embrace with him. And it's just, dude, you don't get storytelling like that all the time. You know, you see that very rarely when you have a moment of truly raw emotion like that that's been built to properly in the story and is delivered brilliantly. The Final Shape was full of moments like this. And then there's all the other small bits and pieces to it. It's telling that it's fantastic and that it resonated with people. But I just wanted to go ahead and give a comparison, right? Baldur's Gate 3, which is widely considered now to be one of the greatest games of all time, PC Gamer gave that a 97 in their review. And this was the undisputed game of the year in a really crowded game year in 2023. You know, like, there was some fantastic releases during that time. It was a new Zelda game that came out that everyone was loving with Tears of the Kingdom. You had some other individual AAA releases that were incredible. You had a new Final Fantasy. There were so many games that year that contested that top spot. And then BG3 sweeps in. And there's a good reason that I bring this up, because 97 for Baldur's Gate 3, for Final Shape, it was 92. So, like, and this obviously is all out of 100, but PC Gamer does not give scores like that on a regular basis. And the Metacritic score for the Final Shape within the first week or month or 2 weeks, something within that opening window, was at 94 out of 100 on Metacritic, which tells you things. This was genuinely a cut above anything that Bungie has made in the past. Like, it might be the highest rated game that Bungie has made since some of the old Halos. I can't remember. I don't know what they would have gotten back in the day, but it was certainly throwing 9s and 10s at Halo 3 when it released. And I think it just goes to show, critically speaking, this was an undisputed success. Fans loved it, you know? There was one hiccup to it from everything, which stopped... Yeah, server launch. And that lasted for about, 8 hours, I think, in total? And then everything started to subside. It just goes to show, like, this was the magnum opus of Destiny. This is the best expansion that's been released, and I don't think anyone can really dispute that.
No, I don't think. It was just it was nice, refreshing, but also just kind of a bit just strange, just to see almost no just criticism and no one really, like, even people who just don't even play the game, everyone was just unanimously just saying, like, this is just a masterpiece of an expansion. And it was just so well done, and just everything about it. Like, I feel like it's just good to see that Bungie was still capable of that. But you know, the story, the campaign, the cutscenes were incredible. The general mood of it, the Zavala's plot line. He was a little bit annoying at times, I would admit, but Zavala's just, his whole story arc was just so well done. And Cade, as you said, Cade was very well done.